Hi, welcome to the Cozy Sky Knits podcast. Today is Thursday, July 3rd. I'm Elizabeth. I'm coming to you from Georgetown, Texas, where I live with my mother Nancy and my two senior cockapoos, Sullivan and Griffin. And I usually try to podcast every couple of weeks. It's been 3 weeks since the last one, simply because I had a work trip that came up unexpectedly and I was not able to podcast last week when I had intended to. So here we are today. If you're new here, welcome in. I hope that you enjoy the time that you spend here, and maybe you'll consider subscribing to support my channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me to get exposure. And if you happen to be returning, I thank you so very much for coming back again, and I look forward to chatting with you guys in the comments. I really appreciate all the feedback that you give, and yeah, just so grateful for the community that we're building. So today I have a number of finished objects. I think I have 4 FOs to show you, and a couple of whips, and some acquisitions, and just a little general chit chats. So let's go ahead and get started with what we're wearing. This is also one of my FOs. This is my Flower Child top from Wool and Pine. I showed this last episode. I had just started it, and I had been, I think I was finished with the yoke last time. So it's a beautiful fingering weight tee that is knit on a US 3 for the neck edging, and then which is a 3.25 millimeter, and then a US 4 for the remainder of the sweater, and that is 3.5 millimeter. I knit this in Suburban Stitcher sock base in the colorway Jane. It's a really pretty mauve-y color that I love, actually. I think it looks really pretty with navy or with white. I have it on with white shorts today, so I really am enjoying wearing it. The gauge on the sweater is 26 stitches and 32 rows, and I pretty much hit gauge on it. I really enjoyed knitting this. It's knit top down in the round. You start with provisional cast on, and then you do a row, so many rows of stockinette stitch, and then you do a picot row, which is simply yarn overs, and then some more stockinette stitch, and then you fold it over and stitch it together, and then continue down with the lace work. So the lace work was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Nothing too complicated. I put stitch markers in between each repeat, which kept me on track, so I could quickly identify if I made any errors, which I did a couple times, but nothing major. It was really quick to find. A few bobbles, not too bad to do, and I really enjoy it. I think it's a really pretty, very feminine style of the yoke, and I really enjoy it. I did do one modification. I think I knit an extra 5. I added 5 rows on the sleeves before starting the ribbing. So I made the size 36, and it's really nice fit for me. So I like it. It doesn't have a lot of ease. I would say it's probably pretty true to size, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I'm glad to get it off my needles. It didn't really take me that long because I was pretty focused on it, and I enjoyed it. So highly recommend the pattern. Very clear, very well written, and a great finished object. And then my friend Sasha over here, she is wearing a top that I made, I don't know, several years ago. And it didn't really have a pattern. I just kind of cast on and knit this top down in a striping sequence. And I used a, the yarn is, let me think, I don't know what size needle I used, but the yarn is Juniper Moon Zooey in the colorways Cumin, Camellia, Mint, and Arctic Blue. And I just did a, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The wide stripes are 4 row repeats, and then just a single stripe of the cumin color in between. And it's just a kind of a boxy tee. I did some twisted rib. No, I didn't do twisted rib, just regular rib 1 by 1, and then some ribbing on the bottom as well. So, oh, sorry, Sasha. Anyway, so that's what we're wearing today. Let's get into some of the finished objects. Other than this one, I have 3 others that I can show you. I wanted to cast on some socks last week, or since the last episode, sorry. But I couldn't decide on which socks to cast on, and then it dawned on me that I really wanted a pair of boot cuffs. So I wanted just the leg of the sock, but I am done in a rib that I could kind of wear whatever sock I wanted on my feet, and then have these come up over my boots in the fall or in the winter. So I had some Retrosaria Mondine that was in my stash, and it's colorway 203. So it doesn't have a color number name on it, just the number. But it's basically an oatmeal color with some blue and pink and kind of a charcoal gray speckle. And I had wanted to try this yarn for some time, so I picked up the skein at one of the local yarn shops here in Texas, and had not knit with it yet. And I was a little nervous about actually making socks with it because it doesn't have any nylon in it. It's 100% Portuguese wool. And I hear good things about it, but I don't know. I just thought, oh, this would be a good candidate for the boot socks. Plus, I liked the colors, and I thought it was neutral for me for what I wear, and that it would fit in nicely in my wardrobe. So I cast on using a US 1, which is, what's that, 2.25 millimeter. And I did a 4x4 rib pattern. So I think I cast on 72 stitches. And I just did a rib all the way around. And I don't know, they're probably 8 inches or so. I did a twisted German cast on, and then I did an Italian bind off. Italian sewn bind off on the opposite edge. And yeah, they're really cute. So I like the ribbing because when you turn them, if you want to turn them down, they look the same. So I can like fold it over my boot. I should have brought a boot to show you, but anyway, imagine my hand is the boot. So you can fold them down over the boot, or I can just wear them up right at the edge of my boot, kind of over, and then slouch them down a bit. So I think they're super cute. I think I'll get a lot of wear out of them. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. So I still have, I think, around 60 grams of this left. So I might make, still might make a pair of socks with that, because I can get a pair of socks if I put a different heel and toe in, which maybe I'll add a Patton's Croix or something with some nylon in it for the heel and toe, which would make them a little more durable. So I'll probably do that. But that's my first finished object, or I guess it's the second. Technically, this is the first. So second finished object. Take a drink real quick. Sorry, my throat is really dry. I've been talking a lot today. Okay, the other two finished objects I have, you actually haven't seen them because I haven't shown them on the podcast yet. It's kind of a long story. So I had a really good friend in Michigan that I knew for years and years. And she was actually, I called her my knitting mentor. Her name was Phyllis. She passed away a couple of years ago. Actually, I think it'll be 3 years in September. And I inherited a big portion of her stash and her whips. And a lot of them I was able to finish and send them up to her daughter that first year at Christmas time. And I think I sent some at Christmas and maybe the following spring or something. Anyway, some hats and some socks and things like that that she had started but had not finished, and I was able to kind of just finish them up and send them up as gifts for them, which I thought was really nice, and her daughter really appreciated it. And anyway, I still have a few of the projects lingering, actually several. But when I was trying to figure out what to cast on, last time I think I talked about some sweaters I wanted to make, some tees and tops and things, and I just couldn't decide what to do. And then I came across these projects and I thought, you know what, I should finish a couple of those and get them off in the mail. So here's the first one. It was a cowl that Phyllis had actually started, and I think it was maybe to here, and then I just figured out the pattern. I don't know what pattern she was using. All I had was the yarn and the needles that they were on. So and now I can't remember what size needle it was. Sorry, I took it out already because I bound off. But the yarn is actually 2 different yarns. So this is the first one. And it is Universal Yarns Bamboo Bloom Hand Paints. And it is 154 yards or 140 meters per 100 grams. And it is made of 48% rayon and from bamboo, 48% rayon from bamboo, 44% wool and 8% acrylic, and it's a thick and thin yarn, so it's not my favorite to work with, but it's pretty when it's knit up. And these were Phyllis's favorite colors, the pinks, the mauves, the purples. She loved those colors. And then the second yarn, which was more the base yarn, I would say, is this variegated yarn from Nako Artist. Here's the ball band. And it is 35% wool and 65% acrylic, and it's 150 meters per 100 grams. So combination of the two yarns, she was knitting, like, she started with the green, I'll call this the green, the green, and then moved into this thick and thin, and I just kind of I tried to pick up on what she was doing and continued on. And so it's pretty cute. It can go around like this. She wore a lot of these things like this just for more decorative, and then you can actually put it over your head twice for warmth. So, you know, under a jacket or on top of a jacket in the winter, because this is going to Michigan, so they have a better winter up there. So anyway, happy to finish that, and I'm going to send that off in the mail hopefully this weekend. So that's my third finished object. And then the fourth one was also a project that I inherited from Phyllis, and that was a cowl that she had started. And she had knit up to here, and again, no pattern, so I just kind of had to look at it and dissect it. And this was done in a gradient set, a mini skeins, or I think they're 30-gram skeins from, or 38-gram skeins. So it was literally a gradient set from Miss Babs, and it's in the Yummy 2-ply toes fingering base, and it's 100% superwash merino, 133 yards per 38 grams. So it's fingering weight. The gauge on it is 7 to 8 stitches on a US 1 to 3. So anyway, I was able to kind of determine the pattern. Like I said, she was somewhere in here, and then I just picked up and finished with the colors that I had. And I still have a little bit of yarn left. Maybe I'll make some socks or something, but super pretty. I think her daughter will really appreciate this too, because this, again, she loved all the pinks. So kind of like that. You can see how you'd wear it. Yeah. So again, sending this to Michigan as a gift back to her daughter. And I think they're special gifts because it was knit by both her mother and myself. So I think her daughter will really appreciate that, and kind of finishing up on what her mom had started. And I'm sure that Phyllis maybe was making this as a gift for someone. I just don't know who. So we'll just send it up to her daughter. So I do have a couple of whips. So I'll show you those now. Of course, nothing that I talked about last week. I don't know what my problem was. I think I had ADHD, only CADHD, crafter's attention deficit disorder. I don't know if that's a thing. For me, it's a thing. But anyway, I couldn't decide what to cast on. Like I said, finished those two objects, and then I was like, okay, I thought, I haven't knit a shawl in a while. I feel like I haven't knit a shawl in a while, and I don't know what is a while, I guess, because it's probably only been a couple months, I think, since I knit like the Sophie shawl, but it feels like a while, and I like to have a little shawl. So, oh, I'll show this too. This is a little sock bag that I made. I had painted these, hand painted these sheep using fabric paints a while back when I first started my shop, and had found a few of them that I had done just the painting on. I thought, oh, I should make that into a little sock or single skein bag, so I did. It's just plain on the back. And in here is my new whip, and it is called the Traveling Solo Shawl by Joji Locatelli, and she released this I think just a couple months ago. She usually does a single skein shawl pattern, I think once a year, and they're usually pretty cute and very versatile. I made one for my mom I think a year or two ago, and she really gets a lot of wear out of it because it's just a nice lightweight thing to put around your neck. So I am knitting this in I think this yarn is no longer available, so I apologize for that. It's from, oh, You're So Crafty. Maybe it is, that's a store in Seguin, Texas. I think that store is still there, so maybe you can still do it. I think it was their yarn that they dyed. And it is called Rose Petals is the color, and it is on a sparkle base. And let me show it to you. So this is the yarn, and it's this real pale peachy pink with little tiny speckles, very, very delicate speckles of different pastels. There's mint and a little bit of lavender, darker pink, some bright green, and a little bit of a peachy orange. And then it has silver stellina, so it's very pretty. I have this in a cute yarn cozy that I made, and actually I like the reverse stockinette side, so I finished it off so that I could have it turned inside out. And I have that in my shop too. Anyway, so here is the shawl. You start from this edge, or you start with a garter, no, I'm sorry, this edge. You start with a garter stitch tab, and then you're increasing as you're working out. And it's going to be a very long, elongated, thin shawl to wear around your neck. So it's garter stitch, and then you're doing a fun sequence of what's called a rope stitch, which was fun to do, and then a little bit of lace in between the sections of the rope stitch, and then more garter stitch. And now I'm getting ready to do another repeat of that, and I think I do 2 more repeats of that, and then it'll be finished. So anyway, yeah, very enjoyable project. Like I said, I love these little ones game projects to get rid of some of my stash. I have a lot of single skeins, you know, I just can't resist the pretty single skeins that we all find. I'm sure everybody has those in their stash, and sometimes you don't want to do socks out of them. In fact, I think this will be really pretty around the neck, especially with that stellina. So, and then I thought I needed to go ahead and finally get another sweater on the needles. I didn't feel like working on my rose cardigan. I didn't feel like anything I should be working on. So I just felt like casting on something new. So I allowed myself to do that. Again, work stress is pretty high right now, and I thought, just let your crafty self do what your crafty self wants to do. So I cast on a Ranunculus, which is a really easy pattern for me because I've made a few of them. And I am using this yarn called from Queensland, Queensland collection in the Brighton Beach, which is a premium cotton and linen blend. And it's 45% linen, 35% cotton, and 20% acrylic. And how many yards is in this? 328 yards per 100 grams. So I'm knitting this on, so here's, well, let me show you the yarn first. The colorway is, I think it's, Violet Sea Snail. So it's got, definitely has like a dark charcoaly base, and then it's got like a, almost like a coppery rose color, and then some of a pale blue, and almost like a pink color. It's kind of like a chameleon yarn. It keeps kind of changing colors as I'm knitting through it. It's kind of interesting. I like the feel of it. It's like a cotton cord with the linen wrapped around it, which is interesting to me. It's pretty soft, actually, a little crunchy from the linen, but then also soft from the cotton. So it's interesting. What I decided to do, though, I didn't want, so most of the Ranunculus I've knit are real loose gauge, and I always have to wear a tank or something under it. And I decided I wanted to make this a little bit denser so that maybe in the fall I could wear it with nothing under it, you know, just a bra. So anyway, so I'm knitting it with 2 strands held together at the same time, and that's also breaking up some of the color variation for me. And there are a few areas where it's like thicker and thin, not super bad, but just a little bit. And so I like that holding it double kind of mitigates that effect. And so here, well, now I just twisted this all up. Isn't that great? Sorry. So here is the Ranunculus, and this is the back. Here I did the short rows in the back. I did not do the short rows in the front. I just decided not to. I kind of don't see the point. If you're bringing the back up, why would you want to bring the front up too? I don't understand that. But anyway, the pattern is by Midori Hirose sure everyone's heard about it. I think it's one of the best-selling patterns on Ravelry. And I did the wide neckline, and I just cast on using Twisted German cast on to get a little bit of a stretch. This yarn doesn't have a lot of give to it, but I don't know, hopefully it doesn't stretch out too much on me. If it does, I'll go back in and try to do either put an elastic in or pick up and do a crochet edge on it or something. But I've just gotten through the beginning the lace sections. I've done the eyelets section. You can see that. There's, you can kind of see that there. And I'm getting ready, or just starting the second set of these lace sections there. So, and then I'll be splitting for the sleeves, and from there on it'll be just stockinetting around, which is good. Not sure what I'm going to do with the sleeves. I think I'll do either a short sleeve or maybe even like an elbow length or 3/4 sleeve, maybe 3/4 sleeve. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, probably 3/4 sleeve, because that'll be good if I want this in the fall. I mean, our falls are hot still, but they can get, you know, cooler in the evening. So yeah, maybe a 3/4 sleeve would be good. I'd probably get a lot of wear out of that. But I'm enjoying it. I like the weight of the fabric. It's got a kind of a, not heavy, but I don't know. It's got some weight to it, and I think once it blocks out, it'll be kind of drapey, and I think I'll like it. So love the colors though. I think it'll be really pretty with denim. I guess when I bought this yarn, that's initially what I thought. Oh, that'd be so cute with some denim. And even maybe with a white t-shirt under, it'd be cute if I do want to wear something under it. So I also have a light blue, like a chambray skirt that I held it up to, and it looks really cute too. So that'll be good. So those are my 2 whips. Let me take a drink here. I got this new mug. I think it's super cute. It's from Swig, and I just love all these sheep. I think they're so fun. I had a birthday, June 18th was my birthday, and I bought this for myself for my birthday with some money I got. So I'm trying to drink some more water. What else? I can tell you that I have some acquisitions, and so I'll show you a few of those. So I had been doing pretty good, not buying too much yarn this year, and I don't know, my birthday, stress, and sales all happened at the same time, and I'm a sucker for a yarn sale. So Hill Country Weaver had a sale not too long ago, and it was right around my birthday, and I justified buying some yarn. I think it was all 30% off. It was a pretty good deal, actually. So I bought this, actually, Hill Country Weaver Naturally HCW base. The base is their Ladybird base, which is 70% BFL, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. It's fingering weight. This is just a natural color, and it is 438 yards per 100 grams. And I got 2 skeins of this. I plan to use this as the base of the top I showed last time in my dream knitting. I think it was called Flower Garden. And so I'm going to use this white base, and then I'm still picking out the colors. I'm probably going to use mini skeins and just some scraps that I have left over for my sock knitting and stuff for the color work. So that'll be my base. So got that. Then I also picked up some Lobby Anime, which was on sale, and I couldn't resist. And this is the Alex base in the colorway Heliodor, and it is a lace weight base. It is 770 yards per 100 grams. It's 70% Falkland Merino and 30% Surrey Alpaca. And I've knit with this base before, and I really like it. I mix it with either a mohair or a Surrey Alpaca lace weight fluff yarn, and just really love it. Or you can double this, and it's a really nice yarn. I love it. I made I think it was my satellite shawl that I used this, and I just absolutely loved it. So 2 skeins of that. And I also got this Noro yarn, which is Tasagara, and it is in color 6, and it is a really nice base. It's 60% wool, 20% silk, and 20% mohair. And this has got a lot of like taupe and brown and gray and blue, like a dark blue in this. And my intention when I purchased this was to make a winter version of a ranunculus. And now I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or if I'm going to make this into maybe a love note. So I haven't decided. But I did pick up 2 skeins, so I have some options there. I think it's really pretty, and I think it'll knit up pretty. And I enjoy Noro yarn. I just enjoy the colors and the variations that are woven into the yarn. I think it's really pretty, very artisanal to me. And then I also got a couple things on sale at Pearl Soho. I got the line weight, which is 100% merino wool. This colorway was on sale. It's called Crocus Bud, and it's a really nice base. It is 494 yards per 100 grams, so it's real light fingering, and it is, yeah, 100% merino wool. It's really soft though. And I think it's like, it's a single ply, so it's interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I got two or 3 skeins of that, so just going in stash for now. And then I got some silk mohair that was on sale in a bright green. It's their tussock, which is 60% superfine kid mohair, 40% silk, and it's fingering weight. Actually, I think it's more of a lace weight really, but anyway, I always hold it with fingering. In the colorway, like I said, Lucky Green. It's a bright green, really pretty green. And I've been really, for a year, probably a year or so now, I've been wanting a bright green winter cardigan with mohair. So now I still have to find the base yarn. So I'm trying to find a base yarn this color. I think Sandus Garn has a green that I really like. I'm going to try to find that and then hold it with this and knit just a basic raglan cardigan or something. So I got a sweater's quantity of that. And then, oh, one other thing I got from Hill Country Weavers was from Julie Aslin in her lamb's ear colorway on her Anatolia base, which is 60% mohair and 40% silk. You can see this pretty. The picture looked more of a, like it was more of a green, like a real cool green shade, almost like a sagey green, but it actually is a little more blue. So I had intended to hold it with some Labiana May. I think I have some yarn in the colorway Lichen, which is a real soft sagey green. I had planned to hold it with that, but now it might be too blue. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to gauge swatch and see if I like what it does to that yarn or not, or I'll just save it and use it for something else. But I got a couple of skeins of this. So those are my acquisitions. Nice things that I wanted to share that were sent to me. I got this as a birthday gift from one of my friends. I'm not sure who exactly sent it to me yet, because last Christmas at our knitting Christmas party, we did a thing called Fiber Fair, and we all filled out a sheet with like our favorite color, birth dates, things we like, dislike, blah, blah, blah. And then we drew names, and it's a secret. And throughout the year, we send each other cards and little gifts and words of encouragement and what have you. And I got this as a birthday gift with a really beautiful tea sampler set, but it's this lidded teacup, and it's really gorgeous, and it just has the nicest feel to it. It has a rose, you can see the beautiful rose on it, and I'm not sure, it's Japanese, I'm not sure of the brand, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I don't know, there was something special about this when I drank a cup of tea in it. It just, like, holding it, the tactile feeling of holding the mug and in my hands, is just oh, so soothing. So I absolutely love this mug. And then my mom and I went one day out for lunch, and we came across a place. Actually, we went out for breakfast, and across the parking lot from where we ate breakfast, we saw this really neat building, and we thought we would pop in there and see what it was. And it looked like they had a little cafe there and stuff, but we had already eaten, so we couldn't eat. But it turns out it is called Brookwood in Georgetown, and it is a facility that is for adults with disabilities or alternative abilities, if you will, and they actually work. It's a restaurant, it's a gift shop, they create things there. It's just the most fantastic place. I'm going to put a link in the description below so you can go and look at it and see what they do there. It's such a fabulous place, and it's all privately funded. They don't take any government money because they don't want all the restrictions and stuff that comes along with the government funding. It's just absolutely fabulous. And I got to meet several of the residents and crafters there. I bought earrings. They have pottery, they make candles. It's just a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous thing. If you're in Texas and you come to Georgetown and you have time, I would suggest going there, checking it out. All the money goes towards the residents. They have scholarships because they actually have tiny homes for some of the residents if they're able to stay there. And the money goes to that. It goes to scholarships for them to participate in on a daily basis. There they make the food, they make bakery items, candy. It's just so fabulous. But the thing that really, I bought a bunch of gifts there. The one thing that really caught my attention is the beautiful pottery. So I wanted to show this bowl, and it's just gorgeous. And on the bottom, there are two names stamped, and one is Debbie and one is Rusty. So I asked the woman who's in this, there's two gift shops, and the woman that was in this gift shop, I asked her, what are the names on the bottom? Is that who made it? And she said, yes. And she said, when you check out, I will give you a card with information about the two people. So this is Rusty and this is Debbie. And the cards tell their stories. And it's just, I can't tell you the feeling that my mom and I got there. It was just so fabulous. And I found out that this was actually one of the last pieces of pottery from Rusty, because he's unfortunately since passed away. So this just makes it even all the more special to me. But yeah, I like I said, I'll put the link in the description below. I encourage you just to check it out if you're in Texas by any chance and you can make it there. Highly encourage that. I do think they ship stuff too, so if that's an option for you, it's a really, really good cause. And it's just fabulous what they do for these people. And we met, like I said, a couple of the residents there and talked to them, and they were kind of showing us everything that they did and making recommendations, and it was just so much fun. So anyway, I just thought I would share that. So I hope all of you are enjoying your summer. If you're in the States and you're getting ready to celebrate 4th of July, I hope everyone has a really good time and stays safe and gets to see some fireworks and maybe has good weather. It's a little rainy here today, but we welcome the rain when it does come. So it's been a gentle rain all day. I actually haven't minded it. We're not doing a whole lot, my mom and I. We have some special foods made that we plan, menus planned for the weekend. We're going to go get some more of that shrimp I talked about last time. So looking forward to that. We've done a few more projects on our house. We had some tile installed on our patio or sunroom, which I've shown before. I'll put a little picture of a couple videos maybe, I don't know. in B-roll in this for you to see it. We're really happy. We did like a wood look tile, and I think it looks really pretty. So that room or area is finished now. And then we've decided that we are going to build a pergola outside of the house to kind of put our, well, we don't have a grill. We got rid of our grill when we moved, but I have a pizza oven, which I've yet to master, an uni pizza oven. But we have a gas line hook out, so I'm like, we might as well make use of that. So we're gonna get a pergola built and just a small, like a concrete pad with the pergola on top of that. So that'll be happening probably in the next month, I think. They're waiting for the approval from the HOA. So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a little bit of good weather this weekend. We want to go to the pool. And other than that, I plan on just really doing a lot of relaxing and knitting, and hopefully some sewing too, because like I said, I made that one bag, this little sheet bag, but I want to start creating some of my Christmas bags so I can get a head start on that. And oh, I know what else I was going to show. If I showed these, I got a lot of new stitch stoppers. You can see these were for 4th of July, these cute little doodles for 4th of July. And then this was stitch marker. Whenever you buy stitch stoppers from my shop on Etsy, which is Cozy Sky Co. on Etsy, I usually always include a stitch marker, and I try to do something themed for the month. I'll like have one for the whole month, or something. Sometimes if like someone buys chickens, I'll put a little chicken stitch marker, things like that. Try to match up something. So I thought I would just show you a few of them, and I'll put a picture of some of the other ones, but these are super cute. These little mushrooms or toadstools, which with the little door and window. I think those are so cute and whimsical. And then I got these kind of 70s funky neon flowered, and these are actually glitter. They have glitter in them too. I don't think that's showing up. But these smiley faces, I thought those were super cute, kind of retro. And these cute 3D tigers. Oh, sorry, he's upside down. That's the back and the front. I think they're super cute. So the tigers, I got some cute little agurumi stars. Those are cute. And some alligators, which I think are super cute. 3D. I love these little 3D ones. They're fun. These little alligators. Got a couple of those. And a coffee one. It says good vibes and hot coffee. And this one says, don't forget to fill your own cup. And that's a good reminder for all of us. So anyway, I got a few more. If you are looking for some stitch stoppers, check out my shop. They're fun. I love picking out stitch stoppers to go with my project. It's kind of like part of the whole thing, right? You pick out your yarn, you pick out your pattern, you pick out the bag to keep it in. I pick up my stitch stoppers to keep on it as well. It's all become part of the thing now. So. Hey Mom, what are you up to?
Well, while you've been knitting, I've been puzzling, trying to keep my 81-year-old mind sharp. I finished the 1,000-piece dog gallery puzzle. It was one of my favorites.
Okay, let's take a zoom in on it. It's very cute. Okay. See you soon.
Bye.
Anyway, I guess that's it today. Hope you, like I said, are enjoying your summer. Hope you have some good plans for the weekend if you're in the States and celebrating 4th of July. I'm glad that y'all spent some time with me. Hopefully you found something that inspired you or brought you some joy. And I wish you all a good time with your making. And take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.